So we played a league game and we didn't get 3 points? Alright, hello and welcome to the Matchday Vlogs YouTube channel. As always, please remember to smash that like button and hit subscribe because it really does make a difference to the channel. We are here this evening to talk about the Newcastle home game again. We've already done this show once before, but it was so good we thought we'd do it again. Is that what we're doing?
It's not often we get to make a sequel, so
they're always as good as the first one. Obviously, the original fixture was set to be on the 2nd of January 2022, but was called off due to COVID sickness, all that kind of stuff, and all that kind of stuff. But we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to dwell on that because it's a moot point, and even Ralph fobbed off that question early in the presser, and I'm going to do the same, even though I brought up the very question myself. How are you, Jack? Are you well?
Mate. Yeah, mate. I'm sure neither of us will mention that again. Going forward, we won't mention it again. Yeah, mate. All good. All good. I just came out of a 3-day stock take in that shop I work in, so
Ooh.
I am very ready to let rip at the football tomorrow night.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Indeed. Hello to everyone who's in the chat session nice and early. Let us know where you're watching the show from. It's always fun to learn. A few comments already. We have to beat Newcastle. Before we get on to the Newcastle game, I said we might discuss it. We kind of have to discuss it because it's what we always do on this show.
Listen, mate, you know.
We need to heal as Saints fans.
Here's the thing, right, mate? You hate it when a former striker of yours has an absolutely wicked weekend, right? And it makes it even worse when you've played so badly. But sometimes this time you've just got to give it up to Michael Obafemi. He had a great game for Swansea this weekend. Scored a good goal. So, good luck to him. I knew there'd be a goal scorer in him somewhere. So fair play, Michael. I know where you at.
Where Michael Obafemi at? I was just about to say that.
He at Swansea doing bits. So, you just got to put your hands up and we move on. Nothing else to talk about.
We do because we have to address it. Obviously, it wasn't the result we wanted. For those who went, I absolutely salute you. There looked to be a fantastic display of yellow and blue scarves on offer as well, so that looked fantastic.
Apparently they gave them to the away fans, so that's great. I'm glad they did that.
Superb. And do you know what really made me feel so much better is that even when we were 4-0 down, I could still hear our Southampton faithful away support singing "Oh When the Saints." And do you know what?
Good stuff, boys. Good stuff, boys and girls.
That just made it for me. So fantastic support as ever. I can highly recommend anyone who's thinking about going to an away game. I think we're one of the best away support in the league. There you go. I've said it.
You ain't wrong.
I ain't wrong. So let's dissect this because we do need to. I think, in terms of looking at the team sheet, I think none of us were particularly worried about what we saw there. Obviously, Selassie was out injured for this one, so we did likes of Stevens and Bednarek. But looking at the right and left back pairings, I don't think any complaints there. In central midfield, no complaints there. And, the front four, as I like to call them now, kind of speak for themselves. It just looked like we were off the boil. And it looked like we were a yard off the pace. I think Ralph alluded to the fact that it was a much more physical game than he was expecting. And I think it was just a case of he wasn't expecting that from an Aston Villa side who've got the likes of Coutinho and that bloke Danny who used to play for us. It's just one of those things. And, I think when it came to about 2-0 down, we were starting to feel a little bit worried that it could get even worse. And it happened. Danny stepped up and got the 4th goal. And do you know what? We needed this. And I'll tell you why. We needed to see what happened if Danny scored against us. And that is another thing that's come out of this game is we've heard from Danny and why he didn't celebrate. And we just needed to see it because a lot of Saints fans were thinking, I bet he would. Because he left us with basically a 2-sentence line, parting gesture. But for the fact that he gave credit to Southampton Football Club for getting his career started again. We needed to hear that, and if that's a positive, I'm taking that. I'm taking that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can say what you want about him, but he didn't celebrate. So, I mean, that means I do get to take the foot to get off the gas a little bit. And here's the thing: they were just all over us. You're right. Every player seemed a step off the pace, but it was the combinations at the back. I think when was the last time Bednarak and Stevens played together successfully? It's been a while. It's been a while since that's the combination that we've seen, And how many times have we seen Peru and Livramento? I think we're just we're now a team that's getting really good combinations everywhere, and we broke it up a little bit at the back there. And Peru was probably still quite tired from the week. It's a lot of football he's had recently.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was
FA
never
Cup hangover. Do you think
exactly a little bit of FA Cup hangover? But the weird thing is, I thought everybody on the pitch looked like they had played in that FA Cup game.
Right.
And that's what was weird because most of them didn't.
No. Well, some of them featured.
Exactly, but it was crazy to see how well we played against West Ham with that team compared to how we played against Aston Villa with that team. It was the fun was going to end at a certain point, but I'm kind of glad that it's been a bit of a kick in. It's been Danny to do it because that will kind of G them up for the next game.
Yeah.
I said before the West Ham match, if you were to give me the West Ham win and then an Aston Villa loss, I wouldn't be too upset with it. So I'll be honest, when the game finished, and luckily, I was at work and couldn't find a good stream of the game. So it was a real pain trying to watch it, and it kept happening. So I didn't watch the game when it happened. So I was able to just be like, you know what, I'm going to ignore that and I'm going to watch it when I get home. And I didn't let it bother me.
Yeah.
But coming into the Newcastle game now, it has made me think even more so under the lights, St. Mary's, Thursday night against Newcastle. Right, let's have it. This is good. Let's have a big game going forward. Let's just forget about that. That was a blip.
Yeah.
But you got to give it to Villa. Coutinho was absolutely unplayable.
Yeah. I mean, that's the mad thing about it is we have to keep remembering the fact that Coutinho plays for Aston Villa. I mean, that in itself still sounds a bit odd,
Saying that, was it the first or second goal that was a Callum Chambers assist?
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Double the pain. Double the pain. But as someone pointed out earlier, we can't win every game. No. We're on a mad run of form. It's only natural that you're going to come up and come unstuck occasionally. And fair play to Villa, they deserve the win. So there we go.
It is annoying that Danny's best game in a Villa shirt is against us. That's the best he's played for them.
Yeah, but I think it's taken a while for them to actually adapt him with Steven Gerrard's system. I don't know. I think he's kind of got a little bit lost, and I think the fact that they changed their manager, Dean Smith, it all looked a bit messy, and then suddenly they had to figure out how we're going to play Ollie Watkins and Danny Ings and Coutinho up front. It's all going to look a bit crazy, but they've done it. But
but guess which team it came together against? Had to be, didn't it?
They needed a response though, because their last home fixture was against the Watford. Why am I saying the Watford?
The Watford.
Yeah, they were against the Watford. Was against Watford and they lost 1-0, and it was a bit of a dreadful display. So I think they were kind of gearing up to show their home support exactly what they could do, and unfortunately we were the lamb led to slaughter on that occasion, which is why we need to do the same thing at St Mary's tomorrow night as we take on the mega bucks of Newcastle United. Have we talked enough about Villa? Is everyone healed?
I think that's all we need to say. Let's do mention that if it wasn't for Fraser Forster, it would have been a lot more.
Yeah.
Frey, when you go back to watch the highlights of the game, and the only highlights that you've really got are Fraser Forster saves, Forster was busy that day. So fair play for Fraser. Who knows what the score would have been if Alex was in goal.
Or Angus.
Oh, it's just he's not here, so it doesn't count anymore. I don't have to think about him.
Yeah.
I have to think of the bad people that are still here.
You really don't like him, do you?
No, I'm over him.
Hey, there's a club shop sale at the moment. We could all chip in and get Jack and Alex McCarthy goalkeeper shirt. What do you reckon, everyone?
I could scrape that off.
Anyway,
I could scrape that into a McAdams.
And I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would. But there we go. I think we've dwelled on that performance, which it sadly wasn't. But you learn a lot more from a defeat, as they say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure you do. I don't like defeats.
Yeah. Even Tom saying, done with the Villa game. Let's move on and discuss the blatant. There we go. There we go. Indeed. In fact, I was just talking with another fan channel earlier this evening. I've been talking football all night. Who basically brought up that same point of how, should this game have been cancelled beforehand, and is Hasenhüttl still sort of pushing away of saying? And I said, look, it's a moot point. Move on, as Hasenhüttl did earlier in his presser when they were trying to lead him down that path.
He did throw a little bit of shade.
Did he?
Yeah, there's that bit. He goes, they were a completely different team 2 months ago, and he was like, but we're an even better team from 2 months ago. And I was like, see, what he's saying there is they've not moved on from there. There's a sprinkling of shade in there.
Yeah, but they bought Trippier, and now Trippier's injured.
Yeah, but he did a great podcast with the True Geordie, so he's paying his money back.
Yeah, I haven't checked that out yet.
Dry. It's very dry, but carry on.
Oh, okay, sounds good. Yeah, but I think a lot of their new signings, who I think Ralph was talking about, they're gonna have Mbappe and Haaland and and Coutinho maybe and the likes, but they didn't. They bought Matty Target, and they bought Dan Burn, and they bought some guy called Bruno who's everyone pretending they know everything about, and I've never heard of him. But there we go.
It's pronounced Chris Wood.
No, the other midfielder who can't get a game because they're on fantastic form, and they won 5 games out of 6. 5 games out of 6.
Well, I've seen those.
What are they? Southampton? That's mad.
Well, that's the thing. I've seen that leaderboard of like points gained since the new year, and I think it is Eddie Howe than us.
Yeah.
So they're on a tear. I did say that I think they'd escape the old drop.
Yeah.
And you're starting to believe about Everton, aren't you? You're starting to believe.
I'm starting to believe now Everton might get a points deduction.
Oh, I know, right? When Mystic Martin calls it.
Do you know what? If everyone's up for a conversation later, we'll get on into that, because that is a juicy debate about what's going to happen to Everton Football Club, because that is. We'll save it for the end, because if I go down that path, I'm not getting off. So let's go back to Newcastle United. Is there any particular players you're concerned about? I understood from the broadcast I did earlier that the likes of St. Maximin might not be fit to start, or might only feature for a short amount of time. But are you concerned about the makeup of Newcastle? I mean, they're winning games, but the manner that they're winning them is perhaps a bit sort of rough and ragged, and let the other team have all the possession sort of stuff. But
yeah, I mean, they play a certain way. It's the same sort of way when I kind of feel it's like the same when Bournemouth were at their full stride with Eddie Howe. It's hit on the break for about a second, but there's a few players in there. It's Joel Linton. I think Joel Linton looks wicked. Yeah. Since he's been put into the correct position. That's crazily done the job for him.
Best ever midfielder they didn't know they had. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so. And he is just being Al Rapido. And I think it was St. Maximum. He's just as much as a threat coming on later in the game as he is starting, because you get him fresh at 70 minutes.
Yeah,
it's a worry, but it's kind of not to be knock on wood, but it's the same as I felt before the Villa game. It's if we go there and we do what we're meant to do, and we turn up, there shouldn't be anybody on that Newcastle pitch to offer us. I don't feel like they have definitely improved since January.
Yeah.
But I still don't think that if they come up against a well-coached team that's doing the right thing.
Are you surprised by that? Are you surprised by how well they've done? I mean, a lot of talk was about Eddie Howe and how he wasn't a particularly good defensive-minded coach.
Well, let's talk about somebody who was saying they shouldn't stack Steve Bruce, because I remember on the way back from Wolves, somebody was saying what a silly idea that was, and I was like, "You're mad."
No, I still stand by that, and I even said that on.
What?
I do. If you look at the stats of Steve
You
Bruce,
didn't say that on that Newcastle channel, did you?
I
You
did, and
told them I didn't think that was right? You told them that I said that was stupid.
I didn't mention that. I just said that you should have
No,
stuck
no,
with
no, no,
Steve
no.
Bruce.
You need to go back and tell them I don't agree with that. That's not a Matchday Vlogs viewing. That's a
The,
Mike viewing.
these views are my own, not of the channel. No, I said that. I mean, if you look at the stats on what Benitez had at Newcastle versus Bruce, they're identical. So I honestly don't think, and I could see it sort of spiraling out of control. I mean, let's think hypothetically, Eddie Howe didn't work out and it was all terrible. They plummet into relegation. Under the likes of Steve Bruce, I could still see them surviving. But the fact that they made a change, it's gone well for them.
I feel like
But I tell you this,
you've got no evidence of that, and their current form has
of
put you
course,
to shame.
Of course, I've got no evidence of that. But if you're going to give someone money, it's a bit like if you said to a Leeds fan right now, would you take Allardyce to the rest of the season? Some of them would probably say, yeah, right?
I wouldn't say it out loud, but they would say it to themselves. Yeah.
What exactly? And I was sure there were other, clubs like Watford or clubs like, whoever. You look at a manager and think like, do you know what? They're not all that, but they can get a job done and we can finish 16th, with this kind of structure. But I tell you what, when I said about you should have just stuck with Bruce, the comment section on their channel, you know how you can see the comment section on these streams when we do it? Mental. Absolutely
Well, yeah.
insane. It was like it suddenly just went like this. You go, you what? What's he saying? Get him off. So,
Do you reckon there's anything that we could say on here that would work? So, do you know who'd be good to come back? Is Rupert Lowe.
I had one the other way, didn't I? I said, I think Alex Ferguson is the most underrated. I'm not going to say it again because I disagreed with myself immediately after that. But
you said it and then realised what you did.
I did, but I was doing a talk sport thing. It's just saying something ridiculous to get because I'm desperate for views. So
we're doing fan cams. We're saying Fergie isn't good. We're doing all sorts of it. But Bruce should have stayed. Who are you? What's going on here? You don't look like Simon Jordan, but you're acting like him, and that's suspicious.
Yeah. I just need to get my elocution back up and learn some big words. Because let's face it, after listening to Simon Jordan, there's quite a few times ago, I'm just going to Google that, check I know what that actually means. But there we go. I'm going off on a tangent now. So, Under Lights, it's tomorrow night. It's a 7:30 kickoff as well. It's not good for the traffic, is it? So that'll be fun. We'll get to.
I've swindled a day off of work tomorrow, so I'll be there as early as possible.
Oh, nice. Oh, cool. We'll chat about that. Where am I going with this? Should we talk about predicted 11?
Let's do that. Let's do that.
So here's the part of the show where we're going to predict our starting 11 for the game at St Mary's tomorrow night, and we're going to do this slightly differently. We're going to have a bit of fun, Jack.
Oh, I like fun.
Okay, I've picked my 11. Okay,
all right,
and I'm going to let you pick this 11.
Okay,
and then we're going to have a look at the end and see how close we are.
I think we're going to get man for man.
We come in sync with each other.
I'm going to get it man for man. I'd like to, before we go in, are there surprises?
I say nothing.
He says nothing. All right, let's do this.
Poker face.
Let's do this.
And scene. There we go. You ready?
Theo Walcott.
Oh, my bluff. It's just gone wrong already because I've laughed at you saying Theo Walcott.
In goal.
As always, let us know in the chat section what you think the starting 11 is going to be tomorrow night, and we can match up what you think with what I've locked in already. So there we go. Right, Jack, what are you going for?
Well, it's got to be all the Force 44 in goal, surely.
All the Force.
I read that McCarthy is still out with an injury, so those saying we start Macca on the weekend. No.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Then it's going to be Salasu and Bednarak in the middle there.
You can be really surprised if I put Harry Lewis in goal, aren't you?
So a little bit.
Salasu.
Yep.
And Bednarak.
That's the one.
Okay.
Now it's this right back position, isn't it? That's where we start getting. That's where we start getting feisty. Kyle Walker-Peters.
Okay.
I'm putting Kyle Walker-Peters in there, and I'm putting Roman Peru on the other side.
Okay.
Okay, that's definitely what you've put. Look at your little grin. Of course it is. Right, that's Romeo and Ward-Prowse in the middle.
Okay. I think that's an easy pick, isn't it?
Easy pick.
I don't need to bluff on this bit, do I? So I just put Ward-Prowse in the wrong one. There we go. There we go.
Put them in both if you can. If you could fit them in both, that would be
yeah. Why not?
Be the way to go.
Why not?
It's these wings. You know, would you change the wings? Everybody's fit, right? Everybody's ready to go, apart from Nathan Teller.
Yep.
So
Salasu's a maybe.
I'm pretty sure he's going to play after what happened against Villa.
Yeah, he could turn up with half a leg and still play.
And here's the thing: it'd be really mean of you if you went 3 at the back and you started me in a 4-2-2. that'd be a real change of the game.
Okay.
So let's put in Stuart Armstrong and Moi Elianusi.
Okay. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. Are you enjoying it?
I am.
Is a much more fun way of doing it.
Here's the thing, guys. He's put S Armstrong there. He would have already have done that. I mean, if he's going to start A Armstrong, and it is against Newcastle, so
I always put S Armstrong there.
Of course you do. Mate, you call him Ward-Prowse half the time in the stadium, so let's not.
It's very far away.
It's not that far. Not that far away.
Have you seen? I've actually learned how to spell Elianusi.
I was spelling the MOI, but okay.
Well, now that I've learned, I'm going to use it, aren't I?
Yeah, now it's in there. Now you can show off.
It's on that list of words that I learned after Googling what Simon Jordan said. So
it's like standing next to a Spanish person and going, "Hasta la cueta," and they're like, "What did you just say?" Woo! That was some pronunciation there, boy. Hasta la cueta.
Come on in.
Shea and Brozier, obviously. Who else would you be starting? You all heard me say what he said about Adam Armstrong. I can see that happening to you. Right, so how close have I got on it?
All right.
Come on.
Does anyone in the chat section have any changes to this before I reveal what my lineup is? I've got to have a look in the comment section first before I can
that would help.
Maka is daddy. So there we go. Maxwell's going for Maka, Bednarik, Stevens, Colker, Peters, Tino, Smallbone, Diallo. Really? Oh, okay. Wow. Well, Teller's not fit, so that's not happening.
You're nuts, pal. You're nuts.
Let's see what Josh has got. What's Josh got? McForster, McTino, This is good. Okay, so he's basically picked what you've picked. All right. I'm seeing if anyone else has. You're very close, Jack.
Yeah.
You're very close.
Did you start Adam Armstrong?
I'm going to show you.
Talk to me, buddy. Talk to me.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, bring it on.
Underwhelming drum roll.
Good stuff, bud. Good stuff. What he realised is that he was doing a drum roll. He was doing a drum roll, but doing the drum roll meant he couldn't click the next thing.
Yeah, it's hard. I have to one-handed drum roll.
Ooh, look at you. Gone fancy pantsy.
So the only change I've got here is Livramento and right back. But aside from that, is bang on.
What are you thinking then? Why are you thinking Livramento over Kyle Walker-Peters?
It's mainly down to left back position because I think what Ralph might be thinking is, do you know what? Villa came at us with a very physical game. I can see Newcastle doing the same thing. So I'm thinking he might go with Peru to be more of a physical presence in the left back position. And who do I think is the best right-sided fullback that we have? It's tough, but I think it's Tino.
I think it's Kyle Walker-Peters. and that's why we disagree, and that's why I'm going to fight you.
No, wow, okay.
Yeah. I just think all
I don't
round.
hate either. I don't hate either, to be fair.
Of course not. But I think all round, I think Kyle Walker-Peters is the more mature, better playing right fullback in all areas. I feel
Yeah.
like Tino slightly could be, is really good going forward, and he's got a great challenge in him. But Kyle Walker-Peters will run that side for you. And after what happened last week, I just don't think, as crazy as it sounds, I think Peru and Kyle Walker-Peters is a stronger fullback pairing over Peru and Livramento. For some reason, I just think it's unbalanced, whereas Walker-Peters is balanced with everyone he plays with, and you got to have that on both sides going forward. And I just think, especially with Stewie in front of him as well. I think it just works better.
Yeah.
As much as I love Tino, of course we love Tino, but if you're asking me,
he's magic,
Tino
So let's have a look in the comment section, see what we're saying. Peru's a proper left back. Love that.
Absolutely.
Great British word, that. Proper. That's proper.
He's a proper left back, he is.
Proper left back.
Proper.
Channel member Mark Richards is Kyle Walker-Peters for me too. Livramento not so good since injury. Yeah, he had a cut on his knee, didn't he? So that was lots of people with you on that though, Jack. Kyle Walker-Peters over Tino. Maybe Tino on the right and Kyle Walker-Peters on the left. I could see that. I mean, what did you think on that?
That again, that's the better combination. Like it's Tino and Kyle Walker-Peters. Ideally, is the best two we have. But if you need someone that needs to be slightly more defensive, like you say, a slightly more physical game, you want to start Peru. If you're going to start Peru, you've got to start Kyle Walker-Peters. I think there are combinations and there are things that it just flows. It just flows better. The energy's there. All you have to do is look at this. Look, how many times have we seen Livramento and Peru play together?
Yeah.
And then the most recent one is really sticks in my mind because it was on the weekend and it wasn't great. I know they're on opposite sides of the pitch, but I mean, that back four, it all works together, and it's got to be right. So for me, Peru, Kyle Walker-Peters.
Yeah.
And also, Peru just scored a banger the week before as well, so he's got to start.
Yeah.
Apparently, those.
Oh yeah, Tino
Peru.
Yeah, so maybe that's the case. Maybe he's. Yeah, I could see that. I could see either. I wouldn't hate either. That's a lot of Ivers.
Ivan Ivers. But the other thing is, like Elianusi, he wasn't great the last game. He wasn't great before. Maybe I could see maybe Redmond starting. But other than that, I think that's set. That's our starting. That's our strongest starting 11.
Yeah. And lots of love for Redders in the chat section here, and I think Redders perhaps had a bit of a rough side of it in the sense that he was playing so well and then effectively sort of dropped out the squad and couldn't get back into it because this lineup were performing so well. But I think that's the great thing about it in regards of when you've got a squad playing well is that effectively there's more competition for places, and a rising tide favours all ships, doesn't it? If you're up in your game, then it's gonna work very, very well in terms of what we're seeing in terms of performances in front of us. You've only got to look at the situation we were in a season ago with our only choice left back was Ryan Bertrand, and he knew he could have a horrible game and still start the next one. So
exactly,
I much rather this situation. I do have to say.
Yeah, it wasn't a popular thing to say whilst he was here.
No, well, you couldn't really, could you? Because you couldn't really sort of support the club and sort of say, do you know what? It's a terrible game again, but he's going to start again, and it's just.
It was. Do you know how many times we were like, Redmond did his job. Oh, sorry, Bertrand did his job, but he wasn't great today. That was all we ever used to say. But I did say towards the end, I think we could have been better without him, and look what's happened.
Yeah. Lots of Leicester fans asking us if they want him back, and we say you bought him how you saw him. There we go.
Our buyback clause included them giving us Maddison.
Yeah. Oh dear. Let's see if there's any more comments here. James Camp thinks Redmonds could start. Phil's got the chance going already. Love the chance in the chat section. We always have that. What do you make of Cole Peters playing in that number 6 role? Ralph said he does in training. Would like to see him in the game? It's hard to drop Romeo though. Do you know what? I think I would probably see him in the number 6 role in the same way I don't see Ibrahima Diallo in the number 6 role, because whenever you have those players playing in the number 6 role, I never really think they're actually doing that, because I always see James Ward-Prowse playing a bit deeper.
Yeah.
Do you find that?
Yeah, you're right. As soon as Diallo's playing, Ward-Prowse is sitting so much deeper, and then the attack just completely goes a bit skew. And he can, what you want Ward-Prowse going forward, getting that ball forward, and he always seems to be in and out. But saying that, Kyle Walker-Peters is a really good defensive player. He can play forward, but like you're right, he does play forward. It's just whether he can go there and be disciplined enough to stay back, even though he'll want to go forward because that's what he's used to doing. I think that's the whole difference of it. I think Diallo is still a young player who wants to push forward and be in the attack.
Yeah.
Whereas Romeo is the smartest player, probably one of the smartest players on the team, where he just knows to do his job, stay in his position. He says, he can close his eyes and he knows where Ralph wants him.
Yeah.
So it's just, no one's topping Romeo right now.
No, absolutely. Coming from James saying, I think there'll be a few goals tomorrow. I mean, with the likes of, Dan Burn, who's like 7'4", and he seems to be getting sharp, playing a bit better as well. So, but everyone's forgetting we got Armando Broja, and he's exactly the sort of player that can cut through a defence like that. And we scored 3 goals against West Ham at home.
I don't know what. As much as I love that Peru goal, his goal is fantastic.
It is really, really good.
Any other game, that's the goal of the game. But unfortunately, he's had Peru welly that ball.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic.
Apparently, the FA Cup balls are a lot lighter. Apparently, that's why everyone's just drilling them.
Oh, okay. Oh. Available in all good sports stores.
Thanks, Mitre, for the fun. They'll still kill you if they hit you, though, so be very careful with those Mitre balls, kids.
Very light, very deadly. Very light, very deadly.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom's liking the expression, rising tide favours all ship. Yeah, I've been to so many sales meetings where that's been put in there, but it is a good saying. I enjoy that one. Lots of comments here, but do you think Broja will leave or stay? Will Broja be around? Here's my take on it, because this question probably comes up approximately every 35 seconds on one of our broadcasts. This is what's going to happen, okay? If Chelsea get to the end of the season and they say, this is the price, and it all boils down to that price tag. If they say we want 60 million for him, then I'm sorry, I don't see it happening. It's not going to happen at 60 million. If they say it's 30 million and there's a buyback clause, it could happen.
Yep.
And I think Chelsea would also prefer that, because they're forever looking at their front 3, 5 that they have. I mean, we said this before on the show, didn't we? Like, if you had a choice between Timo Werner and Lukaku and Broja, who are you going to pick? If money was no object, if wages weren't in this.
Well, we would personally, who we would personally take. Yeah, you would take Broja. Although I feel like a good manager can make Timo Werner very, 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 very good.
Yeah, in the Farmers League. There we
go. Well, look at you being spicy for once.
Well, no, I was quite disappointed though, to think that the Timo Werner that I'd seen playing in the Bundesliga wasn't really firing all cylinders there. But
it all comes down to as well what Chelsea's situation is at the end of the season, themselves, and obviously the loan rules change next year, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah, the loan. I can't, for the life of me, mate, I cannot remember what all the ins and outs is, but I know it is. I think it rations you to a certain amount of loans. It brings it right down still to how many players you can loan out. Because if you look at Chelsea's team, it is just it's like 30 players and 15 of them are on loan. It's absolutely crazy.
Oh, so you're saying they're going to have to offload? Just so everyone, this is our predicted 11. That's what we're going with.
Yeah.
It's going to get this off screen so you can see our faces nice and big. So what you're saying is the fact that clubs are only going to be allowed to loan out a certain number of players. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Let me see if I can get the article up, because it's there's a loan. So from what I think is is that you can only loan out a certain amount of players in a season now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me hear me. New loan rules explained. FIFA's new regulations aim to improve youth development and clamp down on hoarding players.
Okay.
Let me get it.
That's good for the game then, surely.
Yeah, it is good for the game. FIFA offers introduced new regulations that limit the number of loan moves clubs are able to sanction in order to prevent hoarding players. So yeah, which will, really affect teams like Chelsea because they've got a really good youth academy, but they do not bring those players through.
Right.
I mean, what's Mason Mount, Hudson-Odoi's gone to Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Tammy Abraham, where's he gone now?
Roma.
That's it, yeah. And who else? Reece James? Was Reece James is born and bred there?
Yeah, I think so. God, we
so.
just scored again. We scored 2 goals and sorry, I'm focused on the show.
So yeah, that's going to be a big change for Chelsea. So that is why you're now seeing more rumours of, Broja possibly could come, more likely to come because they're going to need to offload a lot of these players if they want to try and keep up the Chelsea system. The way Chelsea play, they need Roman Abramovich. They need that. They need all that money. That's so much money if they want to keep that up.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, they're going to have to change absolutely. Do you know what the funny thing is? If Roman leaves, Frank Lampard looks like a pretty good manager for them if he hadn't gone there before. Listen, we won't have the big money back because why did he come in? Because they haven't got transfer. They don't have a transfer window.
Oh yeah, transfer ban, didn't they?
And you're going to have to deal with what you've got, and you're going to have to promote from the youth, and you're going to have to change the system. And as soon as that system went away, get out, Frank. Bring in Thomas Tuchel. But now suddenly, that tap might be turning off again.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to change everything again. So if he had stayed at Derby, continue what he did, almost do what Frank, do what Rooney's doing. If somehow he managed to keep Derby up.
But I think a lot. We're going off on a tangent here. I don't apologise. It's what we do on the show. You should know that by now. Did he really succeed at Derby though? Because he had all those players.
No, he didn't. He's ruined Derby, but he did all right.
Yeah. And I think that's the kind of... I'm a massive fan of Frank Lampard as a player, but I think maybe it's just a jump too far.
Well, here's the thing, right? You look at Derby, didn't get promoted.
Yeah.
So moves to Chelsea. It doesn't go great at Chelsea. People want him gone.
Yeah.
And now he's gone to Everton, and they're going down. We've all agreed that. Everyone agrees here that they're going down. Lampard ain't getting that Chelsea job again, so we probably should have never gone in the first place.
It's a very, very tough situation. What's going on there? That is for sure.
So yeah,
where are we?
I don't know. What are we talking about? Who playing Newcastle? Yeah, sure.
Well, we were talking about Armando Broja. Do we think he'll come? So who knows? It's certainly always going to be up in the air, and it's always going to be possible. But I think, for my part, I think that Chelsea need to find a way to make it work, and I just think it will work very well for them if they put a buyback clause in their deal to us. And you know what? If we get a couple of seasons out of Armando Broja, I'll be super happy with that.
Yeah, that's all you need, isn't it? That's all we need is just a couple of seasons out of it.
We will take that all day long. Right, let's move on to our more aspirational side of the show, where we're going to predict our scores for tomorrow night's fixture. So let us know, as always, in the chat section what you think the score is going to be. Who's going first? Is it you or me? And I will be reading out those score predictions in the chat section right after we've done ours. So get them in there now.
I think it's my turn. Maybe.
Alrighty.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Sure, why not? And because I was wrong last time, I'm going to double down on it this time, and I'm going to say 3-1 to Southampton.
Oh, that's funny. Do you know why that's funny? Because I was wrong last time, but I'm going to double down on it, and I'm going to put in the same thing. So we are both going for exactly the same score prediction for Southampton.
We have the promise here. This isn't because we're lazy and we've just used the same caption as last time.
No, because I've if you go back and watch that preview, you'll see that the 2 is on the other side and the 3 is on the other. So it showed it as it were an away fixture.
Oh, just
This is a home fixture.
fresh content.
Exactly. We're very professional on this show. Very professional in a way.
Would you say sponsorship professional?
Maybe.
Some money.
So that is basically what we're going for. I'm going for a 2-0 and Jack's going for a 3-1. Your goal scorers, Jack?
I'm gonna go for a Moy goal to show everybody he's still on track. I'm gonna go for a Shea goal, and I'm gonna go for an Adam Armstrong off the bench against the Toon. Angel of the North in front of the away fans.
Would he celebrate though?
Nah, he wouldn't celebrate.
No, I was going to say. But it does sound quite romantic the way you put that. Armstrong off the bench.
Yeah.
I had a lot of questions about Adam Armstrong on that previous show on the Loaded Mag Newcastle channel.
He's Shea from 2 seasons ago. He just needs that time.
Yeah.
He can be a baller. He's going to be a baller for us because, like we were said in at the West Ham game with the mate in front of us, he has got so many more yards of pace than anybody expects him to have.
Mm.
And he's good with it as well. It's not like when Gineppo gets the ball, you're like, where's this going to go? You're like, well, I know where this is going to go with Adam Armstrong, which is, I think we all know where it's going to go, and that's what's the problem right now.
Yeah.
So he's got it in him. He's got it in him.
So you're going for a Moy goal,
Shea goal,
and Adam Armstrong off the bench. I like it. I like it. Yeah, fantastic to see. What am I going to go for? Brozier looked angry on the game at the weekend.
Yep.
He looked like he was proper wound up. So I think he's either going to have a great game or he's going to have a terrible game. I'm going to go with the Briar. He's going to have a great game and he's going to score the first goal. And then I want to see another Prowse free kick. So I'm going to say, but whenever I say a Prowse free kick, it never happens. But anyway.
Have you seen Martinez on the Ben Foster podcast?
Yeah.
Love that. For those who haven't seen it, he's just saying that Ward-Prowse absolutely skinned him twice. Just couldn't stop it. Unstoppable stuff.
He said, "What's the best goal you've ever conceded?" And I think his words were, I had 2 in one game off the same player, and it was just like, what? There's 2 Prowse free. They were mad free kicks though.
It was so good.
Still to this day, our most watched stream on this channel. We go.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not the United one.
No.
Go fair play, Villa.
Yep. So 4
What's up
goals
with
at
you,
Villa
United
Park
fans?
last season, and sadly they went the wrong way this time. But there we go. So yeah, I'm going to go for Armando Brozier and Ward-Prowse free kick. So without further ado, let's jump into the chat section, see what everyone else is saying. We're starting. Here we go. I'm going to start with Tom's. He's going for a conservative 1-0 with a James Ward-Prowse. Would it be a penalty free kick? We don't know, but we like that. I think Jack's just happy you haven't predicted a draw, Tom.
Yeah.
So yeah.
About time, buddy boy.
You've been known to. Jordan Dearlove is going for a 2-1.
Jordan, that's your surname, mate. That's a cool surname.
That is cool.
I'm Dearlove.
Sangatulli 1 is going for 2-1 to the Saints. This now is going for, I think we'll make up for the last 3 for the last game. It's going for 3-1 with Brozier, Stu, and Carl Walker-Peters. Channel member Mark is going for a 3-2. Just a note on the channel membership, actually, I've put a link to join us in the squad section. So if anyone wants to jump on the broadcast, there's a link in the squad section of the member section. So details of how to join is below. But Mark is going for a 3-2. Fix XZ Instinct is going for a 7-2 Newcastle. Reckon Golinton hat trick. There we go. Fantastic. I'm guessing Newcastle fan. Welcome to the show.
No, he's a Saints fan. And, mate, you've got to get those head injuries looked at, yeah? You go to the hospital, you go get that looked at, right? Because no brave people here. Look after yourself.
Oh, why'd you do this on the live ones? Right, Lord O'Bunny is going for a 2-0 Saints. Erratic bot. Love having to say that out loud. Always sounds funny when I say it. Going for 3-2 Saints. Changeable press free kick. Masterclass Brozier last minute winner. Ooh. I'd love that, but it would also be a bit stressful. So there we go. Josh is going for a 3-1 Saints with James Ward-Prowse, Adams, and a Target own goal. Yeah, we're probably going to be facing Matty Target in the left back position. Max R is going for a very exciting 4-0 Saints. Gineppo hat. You've just been silly, haven't you? Gineppo hat trick and McCarthy long range rocket. Come on now. I mean, I'd love it. I still love it. Eric Shun is going for a 0-0. Stay calm, Jack. Stay calm. Stay calm. Yeah, it's going for a 3-2. Moy, Shea Brozier, Shelby, and Woods. Yeah, going to have Chris Woods back at some areas again. Let's see. Delgo. That's a great name on here. 3-2 to Saints. Singer to his goal scorers, Bednarek and Brozier. Oh, Bednarek and Brozier in a 3-2 win. Ooh. James Caps going for lots of 3-2s here. They got zero confidence on our defence here. Shea Moy, Brozier.
Where did you see the Villa game?
Yeah, I did. I only watched it once though. I watched it once live, and it's probably one of the first games I haven't been brave enough to watch it back again. I've seen enough. Chloe Base going for 3-0 Saints. I think we might come and be amazing at home. Brozier 2 goals and Shea. This time I have to go big. I want 5-0 Saints. Sheridan's first hat trick. We need to beat them and beat them convincingly. Do you know what? I think it's one of those. Yeah, he's getting a feeling it. We're feeling it.
Get in there. You get the clicks, Adrian. You get them clicks.
Get in there. What does the wife predict? Always the Saints win. Not always under duress. There we go. Erratic bot. James Ward-Prowse is my midfielder. Yeah, he's a number one. He's going to the World Cup. Mark my words. Charlie Shepherd's, I reckon 3-1. Jamie 397 is going for a 2-0 Shane Redders. I love the way Jamie 397, he always waits till the end.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Gauges the room.
I remember. Gauges the room. I like that. So I'm saying, have you seen the draw column? Yeah, we've got 11 draws, have we? 11?
No, there's no draws in there, son. Not in my house.
We've had enough. Question for you, Jack, mate. Who's better, Gineppo, Redmond on that day? Yeah, that was always going to be a quick one.
Here's the thing.
He's getting his head checked. There we go.
If this was full unlock FIFA potential, probably Gineppo, but...
Yeah. I can see Chris Wood scoring his first goal, first Newcastle goal against us would be a proper Saints thing to happen. Yeah, I thought he'd already scored, but someone also told me that he hasn't scored for Newcastle yet. So pressure's on, Chrissy boy.
Don't say that.
Yes, yeah. Scrap that. I go for a 2-1 Saints. Remember the channel, Gregory Smith. Fantastic stuff. Mike, you just got done. Did I? What did I do? There we go. You let me down in predictions, losing to Villa. One job, guys. One job. Yeah, we kind of
we've let you down a few times this season, mate.
Yeah.
Do apologise.
Yeah, it's getting congested in that area though. But a couple of games coming up that maybe we could cement ourselves in the top half before the international break. Who knows?
All you need to stay up is a sturdy centre back and a good left back. Oh no! Sorry, Chris. Sorry. Sorry, bud. Oh.
Yeah. Do you know the amount of clips I've seen about the Leicester in front, and there's a few minutes to go, and they bring on Vestergaard. The sheer panic on those fan channels. Oh my goodness! It's like they finally realised.
He's big. He's old. He's Janet Vestergaard.
Yeah. That was a good question. Ward-Prowse or Calvin Phillips?
Ward-Prowse, mate.
Yeah. Because Ward-Prowse is fit.
Yep, and he has been, and he's been fit for about 10, 15, 20 years now.
Yeah, every game. So there we go. if Mike Dean is an official, we might get to see a Mike Dean bullet header.
Yeah, to be fair, I heard he's tricky in the box.
Although I think Kevin friend is going to be the referee friend.
I don't know why I'm saying that. None of them are good. So
Yeah.
although Michael Salisbury's got a good name, easy
Yeah.
for you to remember.
Messed up a few hackers on Saturday. Yep, I bet. Let's try that. I moved on from score predictions. I'm just reading these out now. You guys having a good season? Fancy outside chance of Europe? I think it might be a bit of a stretch, but I'd love it. Oh, I said one of the hidden names. Oh, you have to let me know what I did. Someone's gonna clip that up. Don't clip that. Why did I say that? Why even bring attention to it? Unreal.
Which one did he do? Come on, which one did he do?
Yeah, I'm curious to know. Because I'm gonna go and find it. But there we go. At least we only spent 15 million. 8
True.
million spent on one. Yeah. Harry Maguire.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate to think about. The more you think about 80 mil for Maguire,
Yeah.
ain't good, is it?
There's a funny clip of Harry Maguire telling Cristiano Ronaldo how to score goals. It's hilarious. You can watch it. Question from Tom: how do you become a channel member? There is details in the description of the YouTube video, so you'll be able to find it all in there. But you can get some clever little emojis to use and stuff like that. And yeah, we're going to bring more people into the chat, so we'll be able to add the links to join these live streams. So there we go. In fact, should I put one in, because it's in the squad section and no one's come in? Should I put it in the academy section?
Go on then.
I'll do it now.
Go on then. What do you think?
I'll do it now. That yeah. You carry on, Jack. It's taken me a while.
Okay, so let me talk to you about why I don't like Gineppo from the top.
I'm not going to need that long. You pick another subject, Rob, but no, carry on.
No, mate, I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow night. Do you know what? Something about St Mary's under the lights right now.
Yep.
What's going on? It's just different
man.
vibes, isn't it? It's just different vibes.
Yep.
I do feel bad. My cousins went to the game on the weekend, and I was like, "What's the point? Why'd you go to that when you know you're going to see him on Thursday? You know where you're going to be. You know where you're going to be."
Oh yeah. Yeah, let us know if you went to that game at the weekend. That was
Yeah, you all look fantastic. To be fair to you, like the scarves and everything looked absolutely stellar.
right. Here we go.
Yeah, sorry, somebody in the chat they're saying Phillips is better than Ward-Prowse. Right, he's not, and here's the many reasons why. Where is he? What's he done? Who is he? Maguire was good in the Euros. Look where he is now. We can't talk about players that were good at the Euros. That was a long time ago. As much as it haunts me to this day. You over it yet? You over the final?
I've done it. Sorry, what are you chatting about?
I was just saying, are you over the Euro finals yet?
There we go. It's in the community section. So if any academy members, so all members can now join us. We're probably going to be running this for at least 10 more minutes. So you have 10 minutes to jump on if you want to have your say on the last game or the upcoming game. It'd be great to hear your thoughts. You'll pop up in the little box below and we'll add you in. We'll be live on air. Do I need to say about if you need to ask a parent's permission, the bill pays? But I don't know. How's that work?
I think you should. It's always fair.
Yeah. Bear in mind, this is live, so you will be on YouTube.
Yeah, and even sometimes we can't do that. So
that's true. We've not been kicked off yet. So
yeah.
So that is our score prediction. Shall we talk about other things in football? Have we addressed tomorrow night's game enough?
Yeah, I think we've covered everyone and everything. I guess it's just. You want to talk about Everton?
Yeah.
Because they're really funny.
Are Everton? What's the title going to be? Are Everton doomed?
Everton lol.
No.
Everton lol ? Question mark.
Are Everton doomed? Question mark. There we go. Okay, so the news is broke today that effectively Everton Football Club. If someone's joining now, they're thinking I'm logging on to a Newcastle game preview and they're talking about Everton, but just rewind.
That was ages ago. Rewind.
This is the extra bit. And for anyone who jumps on the show, we can talk about whatever you want, but we're just going to talk about this quickly because it's fascinating. Effectively, Everton Football Club over the last 3 years, 5 years, 3 years have spent 500 million and resulted to the fact that I think in FIFA Fair Play rules, you are allowed to make a loss maximum of 100 million. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right. As it stands over the last 3 years, Everton Football Club have made a loss of close to 300 million. So even with any changes that are going to happen in the next financial year, there's no way that they're going to get that anywhere close to the threshold of 100 million that they can do. So what is going to happen? FIFA Fair Play rules could stipulate the fact that they would get a points deduction. There could be an appeal which would then be put in, which would possibly delay any sanctions until the following season, which would make things really messy because effectively you would see, should Everton survive, you would then see Everton start the Premier League campaign next season with perhaps a 10-point or more points deduction, which would look pretty embarrassing, I think, for a Premier League table, or any league table to be that frank, but especially the Premier League, to have a club with a minus 10 point as a starting point. So it seems a little bit embarrassing, but for the league, not just for Everton Football Club or for all those involved.
No, I think I think it makes it's like, look at this. They tried to win this league so much, they ruined it.
Well, this is the other side of it, because if then you're a Watford or a Burnley or a Leeds or a Brentford who have then been relegated this season, the infringements made by Everton Football Club have affected their club. So what would be fair and correct would be to apply the sanctions right now in the run of things. But as these things tend to fold out, it tends to be the fact that they tend to get appealed, pushed back, and then they come back in a year's time, say, well, actually, we've had another, So,
well, it only would if it would only the bottom two teams would have nothing to complain about because they would be going down regardless. It'd be that third spot you'd be a bit miffed about.
yeah.
I mean, like if you finish 20th and 19th, you deserve to go down.
Mm-hmm.
And usually with that team that finishes 17th is always a bit of an up and downer anyway. So
yeah,
we as a team that had points taken away, you know how we feel. If you did the crime, you do the time.
Yep.
However, it's a massive shout to do it in our league because the amount of times you think Chelsea and City must have gotten away with it. Maybe not City, but Chelsea for sure have gotten away with it.
Sorry, I've just read.
Oh, you silly boy. You silly boy. One more time for the crowd?
Nope. Thank you, Eric. Much appreciated. Yeah, there we go. Oh dear. We didn't even spot that. Anyway, so Jay, you're under the impression that you think that Everton are going down regardless of points.
Yeah, I thought they were on their way down anyway.
I have to say, watching them on Monday night against Tottenham, that defence was, I mean, some people were saying it was championship quality. I don't even think it was championship quality. The lines that they were making was just so easy for a Son or a Harry Kane to just cut straight through. So,
and they just don't have players that have the bottle for it. Like you hear Everton fans, and all they're relying on is the home games and Calvert-Lewin, and he's not fit, or if he is, who knows when he's going to back out again. And okay, it's at Goodison Park, but haven't they got Liverpool at home? Haven't they got City at home?
Yeah.
They've not got an easy run of games, and Burnley are on the rise up, and Burnley know how to scrap down there. And if it comes between that 17th place between Burnley and Everton, Burnley get it. If it comes down to Leeds and Everton, Leeds will get it.
Yeah, I see.
They got Ted Lasso, man. They're going to go all the way. How did you feel about the old coaching and they did the old whole right? Get in the middle of the park. I'm going to coach you from here. So everyone gather around.
Oh, what, Lampard did that?
Not Lampard. Matey from Leeds, the new Leeds fella.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that.
Did a little bit.
I stayed a long way away from match of the day on Saturday.
I get that. I feel that. But yeah, I just feel like Everton just don't have what it takes. And when they bought in January, they bought two midfielders and an already crowded midfield with a
Hmm.
poor defence and no goals coming from anywhere. Richarlison isn't the player that you want when you need to scrap and you're not playing well. You need to dig a performance out. He's a showboating Brazilian player who wants to be on the big scale doing tasty things and having people feed him the ball. So it's not what you want.
Yeah.
And like you were saying earlier, it's Lampard as well. What's Lampard done? What job has he done successfully?
Mm.
He's not reached any of his targets.
I thought he did all right at Chelsea. I thought it was perhaps a little bit harsh, but it wasn't going well, and Chelsea a bit hot on the trigger. But I think you talk about the players that they brought in. I mean, the other thing is the fact that Donny van der Beek famously said he didn't want to go to Newcastle United because he didn't want to be involved in a relegation strap, and he's just walked straight into one. And I still don't get their strategy of buying players because I don't understand how you can be in a situation where you sell Luca Dean to Aston Villa and then buy Dele Alli.
Yeah, makes no sense.
Okay, if you're trying to fit within the FIFA fair play rules, sure, sell one of your best players. You've got to do what you got to do because you're going to get a points deduction. But don't buy Dele Alli for 40 million quid.
And also, not just the players, but you look at the people that they've had in the past. How many years? Roberto Martinez, Ronald Koeman, what's his name? Is it David Silva? The one, not David Silva. The Silva. What's his name? The one that was at is it Watford? Is that Watford? Wasn't he?
Yeah.
The glasses, and then then they look at Rafa. Before him, you had Ancelotti. You're like, well, all these managers are actually really, really good managers. Really good. They've all gone on to do something great, or do good jobs. And I don't understand what their style is, what they're going for, what they're doing.
And here's the other thing. It gets worse. It gets much worse because you could find yourself in a situation where Everton go down. None of their players have anything in their contract that basically says if you get relegated, there's going to be a 20% deduction on your paycheck. None of them.
Yeah.
You have a situation where you've got a football club who are building a state-of-the-art new stadium on the Merseyside docks, and then you've got the likes of all the players are going to be on maximum wages in the Championship, not guaranteed of getting back into the Premier League. That's just going to be such a mess. I mean, you could see another situation with like Sunderland, where effectively, financial oblivion and end up in League Two for a while.
Yep.
It's pretty rough. I'm keeping it light tonight, everyone.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's the case, and it's no team's too big to do it, and Everton really aren't too big to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens. That happens to teams, and I've been saying it for ages that I don't think if it comes down to these teams playing in relegation scrap football, that I didn't think they were going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
And now, even if these sanctions aren't anything, and they don't really get punished like we all think they might, and they don't get this points deduction, having that loom is just as bad. Having that situation of like you might get a points reduction, like you need like.
Well, the last one we had of this was Manchester City being kicked out of the Champions League, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure how they got around that. I'm pretty sure the 200 highly paid lawyers found a way. But to see the extent that Manchester City had to go to get around that, I just can't see Everton even an appeal. There's no way they can get away from the fact that you've done this.
And here's the thing, right? The Premier League recently have been held up against the fair owners clause, and making sure the right people come in to buy clubs, and and they need to be seen to making moves that stop bad owners come in.
Yeah.
And an owner that overspends and does this sort of thing needs to be punished. And it could be one of those points where the Premier, like, right, it's Everton. It's not one of the top six.
Well,
so
one of the longest serving. I don't think they've ever been relegated.
They've never been relegated. Keep in mind they were winning leagues not long before the Premier League came to be.
Yeah.
So it would be crazy, but
it's rough. It's really rough,
especially when the neighbours literally over the road are having a pretty good time.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd love to know. I'm not even sure they've spent 500 million, have they?
No, Liverpool have spent so well. What's that new kid called? What's the new cool kid called? Uh,
Diaz.
Diaz.
Yeah.
What was he? 40 mil. Amazing. Jota 40 mil. I
Yeah.
think Allison and Van Dijk were their big signings, right? Not about almost that's probably 160 for the pair.
Yeah.
But other than that, they've spent so well, and Klopp doesn't buy unless he needs to.
Yeah. I think Mohamed Salah's contract is still up in the air, and I kind of respect Liverpool for perhaps sort of holding a bit firmer on that. A lot of people would say, do you know what, just chuck as much money as you possibly can, but that then sets the precedent. And do you
Where
know
would he
what?
go? Where would he go?
I think he could go anywhere, but I also think that Liverpool, they would struggle to replace him, but there's always going to be someone to replace him. But
Yeah,
I
and,
just
and
think,
his name is Mbappe.
well, yeah, exactly. But even Mbappe is going to be on silly money as well. Wherever he goes. But
I
yeah,
feel like if Salah went, it would be a big money signing replacement though. Haaland.
but if you're going to do that anyway, you may as well just do the contract for Salah. It's proven in the Premier League, and none of those other players have. So.
Yeah, but they're younger, and imagine either of those two under Klopp, and whichever one doesn't get Mbappe, City get Haaland, and then imagine
Yeah.
that, imagine that league. That'd be fun.
Well, it looks like Madrid have just kicked out Paris Saint-Germain, so maybe Mbappe's heading off there. I think that's his preferred location. He's going to go for a free as well, isn't he, in the summer?
Yeah, and I guess this means Poch to United, right?
Yeah. I'm spotting all these silly things. What's this? Saint Shashine Maguire, Salah the Saints. Come on now.
Silly. Come on. We told you about these head concussions, son. Get them checked out.
Of course, yeah. Everton also lost their Russian money, their investor, and I think there's something they had to do on their training ground or on the shirt sponsorship that was going to cost them another 300 grand or something like that to correct. But yeah, they lost their backing on that regard as well.
Oh, and also, let's not talk about it long, but let's also not forget they've also got a midfielder that's got a court case coming up. So it's nothing's good over there, Everton.
Is that still going on? Flipping out, I thought that was done. Wow.
That's still a thing that needs to be sorted out.
So your club takes on the former Liverpool manager,
Yep.
then has that kick off, and now is hit with a relegation battle, and now FIFA Fair Play.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Everyone who knows an Everton fan out there, reach out. Just make sure they're all right. Just
drop them a text.
Just
fancy
check
a beer,
on them.
mate. Don't watch match a day.
Just fine. It's fine.
Remember
when Rooney chipped Seaman? Remember when Rooney chipped Seaman? That was good, wasn't it? Remember David Moyes? You can watch him at West Ham.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remember when Leighton Baines used to score free kicks? They were good, weren't they? Oh, they were good.
Oh dear, look, the chancer in the chat section. In the mud. It's a lot though, isn't it? It's not just one thing; it's just multiple things. But no doubt the media have great amount of fun sort of looking at this one as it unfolds. So we shall see. But I think that as we summed up this evening's show,
I think so. I think we've gone off road a lot.
We've gone off road. We've added an extra topic, our Everton doom. So I think it was a.
Will you be taking that camera with the flashy light on top of it to the game tomorrow?
I will. We will be doing fan cams after the game, and I really hope we win because I really don't fancy doing it if we lose. But weirdly, it's the classic thing. The fan cams, views will be way up if we lose.
I think I think Southampton's the opposite. I think no one cares when we lose.
Yeah, just don't watch today.
Here's the thing: if Southampton lose and we complain on camera, it's like watching a fishmonger complain that they smell like fish. Everyone's like, "Yeah, of course, yeah, obviously, yeah." But if we win, everyone's like, "Hold on a second, what does Southampton just do? They just what? That was wicked. Let's talk about what. Tell us why."
Yes,
we're the anti.
I like to think so.
Yeah,
I like to think so. And we don't take ourselves too seriously, can we?
We've never taken a banner to a single game, so therefore we're all right.
Yeah. Look at this, Josh coming in PG version of AFT.
Yeah.
I'm saying you now, if you watch any of those ones that I'm putting up, I haven't got the time to edit them, so I'm gonna have to put little caveats in. Please be aware, maybe some fruity language in this, but there we go, there we go.
One day
But
you'll work
yes,
it out.
if you're about outside the front of the itching stand, we'll probably sit just about in front of the railings, so we're off the property of Southampton Football Club, because I know they get over that side. But we'll be there, so win or lose, come and have your say, and share your thoughts on the game, and it'd be great to see you. So there we go. Fan cams.
Absolutely.
Oh, I got a brighter light this time as well, so you won't be in utter darkness like in the previous ones.
And I've got full permission to talk behind the camera, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you lot are in trouble.
You'll get the banter of Mike and Jack within the discussion, and Jack has got full permission to jump in whenever he feels necessary.
Full permission?
Whatever, it's fine.
Oh, you are in trouble. There's going to be a lot of this. Nah, you're wrong.
We appreciate your opinion, but it's wrong. No. Yeah, no.
I see what you did there, but no.
Talk to a Geordie. Yeah, no, we talk to opposition. Yeah. Mike hella fruity. Yeah. There we go.
Oh, to be fair, I am looking forward to hearing the Geordie sing, because it is hilarious when somebody sings something you've got no idea what they're saying. You're like, oh, that was good, wasn't it?
MK12673. Wow, looks like I missed the show. Yeah. We've been going for like an hour and 10 minutes. Come on. But yeah, you do have the rewind feature. When you end in the stream, I'm going to end it in about 30 seconds time, unless anyone's going to jump on and have their say. But there we go. Yeah, classic stuff. I'm gonna have to watch out. But maybe I'll get you to do the scores next time, Jack, so I don't get caught out.
I will read them out and not care.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll be finding the dirty ones, right?
Indeed. Ed's got a good point. Get the reminders on. Absolutely. Smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and then it will come up on your phone and say, Matchday Vods go live. Get involved. But there we go. But fantastic stuff. Thanks to everyone who's joined us during the show this evening. It's been a fun one tonight. I've enjoyed that. Yeah. I've talked about football all night, and I'm not bored of it. But we will be going to the game tomorrow night, and also doing the fan cams afterwards. So please come along and come and say hello and have your say after the game. There will be a vlog at some point, but maybe after I've got some sleep. Sounds good.
Yeah, I do. That is the selfish part of these fan cams. I don't like the fact that you're going to be getting more sleep.
Yeah.
The whole point of this is that it's physically draining for you. That's why I enjoy it. I've actually never seen a game of football before we started this channel. I just saw what it did to you.
This. Yeah. Always away. No, it's good fun. I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. There we go. But there we go. Thanks again, everyone who's joined us. As always, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we hope to see you all tomorrow at a rocking St Mary's for an emphatic win against the Geordies. So we will leave you there. So as always, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, see ya. Bye-bye.